Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are watching from. Welcome back to my YouTube space. It's amazing to be here, and we are doing it the African way every day, every time. Now, in today's video, I'm going to react on this video of Ibrahim Traoré, the president of Burkina Faso. I know we have talked a lot about Ibrahim Traoré, the wonders he has done, how he has bring Burkina Faso to life, how he's calling out corruption, how he's doing just good things, and everyone is happy about Ibrahim Traoré. But again, something that have made me so happy about Ibrahim Traoré is for him to be able to account for the mistakes of the other ministers in the parliament or in his parliament, or to call out the leaders in his countries. For example, I want you to watch this video first. After watching this video, we go talk more.
I am not a politician. I'm not joking. I am a soldier. And I prefer to tell you the truth. Everyone is free to take or leave. Everyone drives around in their car. Everyone is living well. We eat in the morning, we eat for lunch, we eat at night. We do what we want to do. We are free to talk about saying what we want. It's democracy, it's the right, that's all. That's all we know about in Ouagadougou. But go ahead and see the children who have skin on their bones. Go see those who are starving. Go see those women who can no longer breastfeed because they have nothing left in their breasts. Go see them. Let's not pretend. If our journalists do not have the courage to go to the field and bring you these images, it's because we want to wash the image of Burkina. I tell you that it is false. It exists. When I tell you about the people who eat the grass, whoever wants to challenge, I'll bring him tomorrow. Go see, it continues. It has not even stopped. Because we were able to supply some villages, but others not yet. We are still on the way. No civilian can even support with trucks so that we can be in solidarity with this population. What integrity is this? What is integrity, Burkina Faso? What is it? This lack of support has deeply unsettled and revolted us. Until we address the core issues plaguing this country, we will always be revolted. For the moment, we've managed to secure some trucks in the army and have been using our own means to transport supplies. However, this hasn't really added much support for the starving populations. And even in this, there's been a distinct lack of empathy. Citizens knew about the situation, but they've remained on the sidelines. It is to say that solidarity has disappeared in Burkina. Have pity for the people. Have pity for the youth. Have pity for the children. What did these villagers do? So that when the sun sets, they find themselves in the caves under the trees. They leave the village, and in the morning they show up. They look to see if everything is okay before coming back. They sleep in the bush. They can't sleep at home. We don't tell you these truths. This is the reality of Burkina. We only see our cities. We are responsible for what happens to us, and we will be fully responsible for what follows. Either it's good or it's bad. It will depend on our behavior in the future. Everyone has to give their best. I think we can do it. I am optimistic. I hope we will get there.
Welcome back. Now, Ibrahim Traoré was in this meeting where he was lecturing the leaders of the country of Burkina Faso, MPs, ministers, secretaries, just to put things on place. And he talked about how Burkina Faso is going, how the people of Burkina Faso are suffering, how the people in the villages are suffering, and yet these leaders here of Burkina Faso, the president, the ministers here, the members of parliament, they are enjoying life, having big cars. They don't care what's happening with the people. They don't care if the people in the village are sleeping outside. They don't care if they are sleeping angry. They don't care if they are sick. They just care about themselves, how they are moving from one place to another with big cars. They just care how their stomachs are being filled. But they don't know, or the people who chose them in power for them, to work for them, they don't care about them. Now, Ibrahim Traoré sat here and told them, you know what? I am not a politician. I am a soldier. And as a soldier, I want to see things in place. That statement is very bold for you to make your members of parliament, your ministers, as a president, to tell them on their face that take it or leave it. If you don't want what I want, you can resign. We are here to work for the people. People are the one who have chosen us, and we need to work for them. The people who have chosen us to work for them are sleeping hungry. They don't have a place to stay. They are staying in the forest. Some are sleeping on the trees. And yet you are here enjoying life in Ouagadougou. That's the capital city of Burkina Faso. Ouagadougou, something like that. I've seen a lot of presidents, like for example, the president of Kenya. When he went to power, he was chosen by the people. But again, he had friends. And instead of putting to power competent people, leaders who will work for the people, he decided to choose his friends in power, family members in power, friends in power. He didn't care if these friends can work. He didn't care if they are qualified. He was just returning hands to the people. It's called political favor, returning hand where they supported you. But I'm so happy to have someone like Ibrahim Traoré, and I'm hoping that a lot of leaders will follow his lead. I know it's very hard for you to question your ministers because some of them will turn against you and decide to plan a coup. I'm praying for the leaders of Africa of this present to follow the lead of Ibrahim Traoré. I know it's very hard for you to manage to call out your ministers, to call out your MPs, but you are the chairman here of these people. And if the countries go wrong, you are the one who will question. If the country goes wrong because of your friends you put there in power, you are the one who will question. Some of the mistakes are being done by your friends who you put at the ministers of something. They are doing corruption, they are doing this and this. But we are here, you are the head, and we will question you as the president. And Ibrahim Traoré is one of a kind, who I think he has put the interest of the people first. Believe me or not, Ibrahim Traoré does not have these big cars. He's still using the vehicle given by the military. He have not decided to enrich himself with this big Lamborghini, these big cars that politicians use. Because how on earth will you have this big car and yet you have not built the road? You know very well, people of this area are suffering. But you, because you are using a big car, you will not feel that suffering. You will not feel that potholes on that road. So you are comfortable. You don't care. You don't care what's happening to these people. How are you comfortable to sit in a 5-star hotel, getting allowance of 100,000, 50 members of parliament, sitting just there, amending or making bills that are not for the people, and yet your people who chose you in your village, they are suffering. They don't have machineries to do agriculture. They don't have quality. They cannot even access to seeds so that they can do proper agriculture. They can't access to water. Their children are crying every day because are sleeping hungry. They can't access to school. It's very awkward. And this is the thing that African we need to handle. And as a previous video I did, I said this. Sometimes the problem is not our leaders or the politicians. The problem is us, the voters, the citizens, the people. Because you allow a corrupt leader to go in power simply because he gave you bribe. He gave you a bag of rice. A leader who is willing to give you a bag of rice for him to get to power, this is definitely corrupt. It's a red flag. A leader who is willing to give you 100 or to give you $10, to give you $1, to give you 1,000 naira for him to get that seat. This, believe me, he is corrupt. He won't do something for you. He will never do something for you because he will go there and start paying the debts. Where do you think he got all these bags of rice to give you? Do you think he's doing charity? No. He got it from his pocket. And now, when he gets that seat, it is time for him to fill his pocket times 10. And you as the citizen of that country, you are the reason why this corruption is in this country. You as the citizen, you are the reason why our children or your children, your brothers and sisters are sleeping hungry in that country, simply because you voted, because you are given bribe. Once you collect a bribe from a politician, just know he will not do something for you. He will pay back whatever else he has got. It's high time we stop condemning these politicians. We start condemning ourselves. We organize ourselves. Go back to the drawing board and see where do we go wrong, and see what are we supposed to do so that we can put there competent leaders. Someone has come from capital city, has come to your village with a lot of money, stack of money, and has said you want to vie for a seat. You are there. You have people there who you see these people have the leadership in them, but you cannot give them your votes. You cannot choose them to lead you simply because you want to choose this someone who has come from the city because he has come with money. He has come smiling, wearing smart, shining with cologne all over the body, smelling nice. You think that's a quality of leadership. That's not quality of leadership. That is not quality of leadership. When you are choosing a leader, you need to choose a leader who is not a politician. You need to choose someone who will fight for your rights. You need to choose someone not because he gave you bribe. You need to choose someone not because he is wearing smart suits and everything. And I'm very happy in Kenya right now, we have youths, leaders who are youths, who just came from nowhere. And people voted for them because they saw qualities of leaders in them. But Africa, we have a problem. Problem is corruption. Our problem is bribe. Our problem is what we call these our languages like tribalism. We vote people according to tribals. He is my person. And then you cry the next 5 years saying that this guy is not doing something for me. But you were the one who did that for yourself. So, to go much deep into that, Ibrahim Traoré is one of a kind. He's one of these African leaders need to see an example, but they will not love him. They don't love him. They don't talk about him because they don't love his agendas. His agenda is to do away with the corruption. His agenda is to liberate Africa. His agenda is to liberate education, liberate agriculture, society, to liberate culture, African culture, to bring back the Africa that we have lost to the whites. But nah. A lot of African presidents don't want that, something like that. They just want to please their masters every day. They just want to buy helicopters and jets that they are not using. They want to employ their children, their sisters and uncles who they don't know anything. You go to an hospital, the head of hospital is an engineer, not a doctor. You are wondering, why is this happening? A lot is outside here, but the speech of Ibrahim Traoré in front of his fellow leaders is just magnificent. Because for a leader to call out his people, for a leader to call out the atrocities that's happening in his country, it's very hard. It's very hard to see a president in Kenya questioning the members of parliament, questioning the MPs, the ministers, because a lot of them are his friends. So, take it or leave it. I am not a politician. I am a soldier. And once a soldier, always a soldier. Tell me what you think of the comment section about this video. Tell me your comment. Do you think Ibrahim Traoré is the way forward? Tell me, do you think this is what we need in Africa? Do you think we need military leaders? Everyone is crying about democracy. Let me shock you today. Democracy is part of the system. The white people told you that democracy is having multi-party. Democracy is allowing you to vote. Democracy is allowing you to be free to talk. Do you think we have democracy? So democracy is part of the system. It was put there for you to think that when I do these things, everything is better. But have you ever think of it? Your vote, has it ever count? Your vote, has it ever count? Yes, you voted. The person went to power. Has it ever count? Freedom of speech. You are being told, oh, democracy is freedom of speech. Do you have freedom of speech? Freedom of speech is for you to be allowed to condemn. And when you condemn, They listen, and when they listen, they do. We just talk, we protest, but no change. Democracy is something that was put here just to brainwash us that everything is okay, that your country is democratic, that this thing is happening like this. But democracy is a way of colonizing us. Remember, democracy was brought by colonizer. I miss the days where our villages were with chiefs. Nabongo Mumia 1. I miss the days where we had kings. It was good. Tell me what you think on the comment section about this video. I don't want to talk more. Until next episode, peace be with you.